All right, so welcome to another one for Al Cuerpo Boxing, to the body. So let's get with it. Let's talk some boxing. Let's talk about this latest news. I believe it was dropped today or yesterday. Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Mike Tyson. I mean, I prefer to say Mike Tyson versus Floyd Mayweather Jr., right? But what do we make out of this? Now, I've seen some pictures circulating on social media or online, some pictures of Floyd and Tyson, but without some logos or non-affiliation, or somewhat like some photos are doctored not to have affiliation. So at the very least, you get like Mayweather versus Tyson with Mayweather Promotions and Mike Tyson Promotions, right? And it'll say special exhibition, uh, live. Doesn't really give you what platform it will be on, right? But speaking of platforms, guys, one of the main ones, I should say the official banner, or at least one that I've seen, it's by a distribution outlet called Fight Sports, right? Or what is it? Fight Sports TV, or I don't know what it is, but you see a logo Fight Sports. So go to Google fightsports.com or just Fight Sports and it'll direct you to that site. Because I don't know if it's a .com or a .tv. I don't know what it is. But when you do go to the site, boom, you see it there. The official banner for Mayweather versus Mike Tyson, right? So you can assume that Fight Sports, that is the brand, the distribution outlet that is going to sell or has the rights or opportunities to sell it for said platform. And as others have mentioned, maybe Netflix, who knows, maybe Amazon Prime, The Zone, who knows? But right now it's in the ball game or in the ballpark. Sorry, I forgot that confused. To sell this fight to gain current notoriety, right? So right now we've got Canelo versus Crawford live on Netflix, right? 8 days away. Coincidence? Nah, I want to say it's almost like standard practice from the world of PBC to announce a fight, be it an exhibition. I mean, it's business. I get it. I get it. But guys, Canelo versus Crawford is 8 days out, and then boom, we just get Tyson versus Mayweather, right? Mike Tyson, who, for those that follow him, the casuals, even us boxing fans, we do know that there was a Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul live on Netflix, right? We know that. We go backwards and backwards. Before that, what was Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr., right? And again, guys, we have Jake Paul versus Tank Davis, another, I guess, exhibition fight gaining notoriety from Canelo versus Terrence Crawford. There could be some theories that play here, some competitive theories that play, right? What makes Canelo and Crawford unique in the game right now is because we've got the UFC Mongol, the head, Dana White, right? Dana White, who's doing a crossroads of MMA fans clashing with boxing fans as a benefit, right? Combat sports, crossroads, Dana White. So that's Dana White. And then we've got some boxing purists or those conserving American boxing that are kind of going against the whole TKO initiative. TKO backed by Turkey or the Zone, Riyadh, right? So we have those forces, those alliances. And again, we just got Jake Paul versus Tank Davis, and now Mayweather Jr. versus Mike Tyson. And for those of you that know me, what is this common denominator of affiliation, resources, consultation backing, right? Consultation. Who is that guy? Who is it? Al Heyman, right? Al Heyman, who worked with the Paul brothers before, right? Logan Paul, Mayweather, Tank Davis, Al Heyman, Jake Paul, Al Heyman, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Al Heyman. You guys connecting the dots? Now go ahead and check out that brand, Fight Sports TV, or Fight Sports, right? Fight Sports, where if you look at their company bio, right, the About Us area on their website, they give a nice little history of where they've been, who they've been aligned with, right? Was it Comcast, NBC, saying they've had nice rights to the fights like, was it Roy Jones versus Tyson, Mayweather versus Pacquiao, right? So they've been in the game for certain rights. And shout out to them. Hey, man. Prosperity and progress for everyone. All businesses, right? But check it out, guys. Here's the thing. Mayweather versus Mike Tyson is set for 2026. All right, 2026. If you go to that fightsports.com, there's an area in their About Us section where they're talking about possibly what they plan to do in the game in 2026. There's a little area there that says Fight Sports plans to introduce a new technology in 2026. A technology that's going to change the game. That's what it says, something like that. I'm paraphrasing here. All right? What could that mean? It could be simply meant as interpretation that they're probably going to introduce an app, an on-demand streaming service, kind of like the Zone, right? I mean, the key word there was technology, or keywords, streaming technology. I don't know if it said streaming. It said technology. That I do know. Right? It says it there, guys. Fight Sport. It says 2026 to introduce some innovative technology. And what we do know is the headliner banner for Mayweather versus Tyson 2026. So is it possible that Fight Sports, right? Or Mayweather Promotions and Mike Tyson Promotions, they are right now pitching or gaining notoriety from the Canelo versus Crawford, in that it's possible that maybe some other platform might have some interest in that. Right? Again, Jake Paul, Tank Davis, common denominator, Al Heyman, Floyd Mayweather, Al Heyman, right? Jake Paul, Al Heyman. What is Al Heyman brewing? What I think is maybe, should this new technology in 2026 from this Fight Sport brand happen, it might be that that's where PBC's new home might be. That could be interpreted like, let's say Amazon Prime, they're probably going to cut out of the PBC partnership. And so therefore, Floyd Mayweather, right, who I'm sure has shares in PBC, not so much doing a favor for Al Heyman, but you know, if you got investment in PBC, right, that being Floyd, of course you want to continue that brand, PBC, have it flourish, right? Don't give up. Keep going, jump from here to there, right? So that's that, as far as understanding the business side of it and notoriety, right? Jake Paul, Tank, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, right? Pop up this news on the Canelo Crawford upcoming 8 days to go, right? Thanks, man. Damn fleas, man. I won't go into that, man. There's just a lot of cats in my building. That's how it is out here, man. You know, there's cats loose everywhere. I don't know why the hell I brought that up. No, I don't got fleas. But how about here's the more important question, guys. This the sad part of boxing right now. The sad part. And I hate to be a negative pessimist, right? Is that even possible? Isn't like pessimism a negative thing? Well, I don't know. It might be objective and subjective, or positive and negative, whatever. But I'm gonna call this uh, negative pessimism. All right, because guys, man, Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson. Right now, we're already smacked with Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. All right, that just happened, what, 2 weeks ago or more? I don't know. Industry was just smacked with it, and there were a lot of industry pros, a lot of the game fans. We're already critical about that right now. So then here comes Floyd and Mike Tyson. Imagine that now. Now what is industry gonna say about that? Think about the industry pros that you like to follow. Industry heads. It's like, what the hell is going on right now? Right? Is it more like American boxing? Those of you that know me, is Saudi Arabian sports washing, is it so, how would you say? Is it so much of a conflict to American boxing that now we kind of have to do these exhibitions, right? Meaning, hear me out here, meaning Floyd doing an exhibition with Tyson is needed for a bridge of PBC to land somewhere. That's the thing. Think of Floyd versus Mike Tyson as a proxy to bridge to a different platform, because it could possibly be that Amazon Prime has no longer interest in PBC. Maybe, I don't know, right? What we do know, check it out, guys. What we do know is Floyd versus Mike Tyson. That's weird. It's weird. Could it be that Mike Tyson, sure, he would acknowledge it. He has to acknowledge it. Doesn't mean he's 100% on board. It could be out of some sort of non-disclosed agreement that they're just doing this to see what kind of metrics and noise it'll rise within the next weeks or so. So that way, if there is good stats on this propaganda right now, then they can pitch it to a network, or they can convince Tyson, like, yo, look, this is actually picking up good waves in the scene. So let's do it. It could be that. It could be that, right? I said it before, guys. Remember, those of you that know me, I said I hope Jake Paul versus Tank Davis doesn't happen, right? I even said it would be a miracle if the fight didn't happen. And right now, there's like some delays going out in Georgia or something like that. But what I mean is, like, even Jake Paul and Tank Davis, that could have been like a test. As what we say, like a social experiment. Is it a social experiment? I thought social experiments are more exclusive to human interaction, but this would be more like a business experiment. I don't know. But it's weird, guys. You guys know I've been wanting Tank Davis to go with the Saudis. He can't, for whatever stupid reasons he can't. He can't do a Benavidez move. My opinion, my theory is he's being limited to do that. He's being shelled out to do that. Why? I don't know. They're probably exploiting his brand power, and they're convincing Tank Davis and his handlers to not jump ship like Benavidez. That's my theory. And they got Jake Paul to help the situation, right? Getting MVP's involvement with Netflix before, saying, hey, Jake, help us out. We need to keep Tank here. Can you help us out? What can you do? And of course, we get this weird exhibition. How do I know this too? In theory, because Jake Paul was saying things like, Canelo isn't loyal. Again, what kind of YouTuber, social media exhibitionist combat fighter says Canelo isn't loyal? Canelo loyal to what, guys? Why would Jake Paul say that? If anything, let it be a CEO of PBC to say something like that. Let people in the game like Samson Lukowitz or Ellerby, somebody, but not Jake Paul, let them say Canelo's not loyal to the game. It's funny, right? Because Benavidez can't even say that. Why would Benavidez? Benavidez would say, "Yo, I'm not even playing with these games." Shout out to Benavidez for not playing along with that kind of stuff. David knows it too. Is in good hands now, guys. David's good. He did the right move. But again, guys, for Jake Paul to say Canelo's not loyal, man, come on, man. That's all scripted propaganda stuff. Who's fueling Jake Paul to say that? Jake Paul wouldn't just think of that himself, guys. Again, how much of a threat is Saudi Arabian sports washing to American boxing? And to Jake Paul's credit, because when things start to contradict who's saying what, for example, Jake Paul's saying he would like to do business with Turkey, I believe it. And vice versa, right? Turkey with Jake Paul, because they wanted to do Joshua metrics or stats to bring up a fight like that. I believe it, right? So to Jake Paul to say something about loyalty with the Canelo Alvarez business, but then to work with Turkey Al Sheikh, there's too much stupid contradictions going on, right? Again, guys, what's the common denominator from all these affiliations? Is it low key PBC brewing stuff out? Just because you don't see a PBC brand there. Guys, connect the dots. Who is Tank Davis affiliated with? Who has the Paul brothers done business with? Floyd Mayweather Jr. Who made Floyd Mayweather Jr. the star that he is? Who is it, guys? It's Saul Heyman, guys. All Heyman is trying to figure out ways to regroup. And hopefully, I wish Al Heyman the best of luck. The best of luck to supposedly the guy's in debt. I don't think so. I would imagine Heyman is smart enough to not put himself in a situation where he's losing the money, maybe somebody else's money. you know? But I give Heyman benefit of doubt that he might be able to recoup all those losses one day and give back. Give back to certain investors or give back to the people to clear away that negative slate in losing a lot of money. Well, I mean, what do we care, man? It's not our money. It's not all Heyman's money. You know what I'm saying? But again, let's go back to Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson, man. Man, you know, I've said things before. It's like, it's nauseous. Yo, Mike, if you need the money, can't hate on you, Mike. But, Mike, a lot of fans are going to be disappointed in this, right? It's listed as a special exhibition. What does that mean? I mean, there's exhibition and then there's special exhibition. We know it's going to be an 8-rounder. Who knows? I mean, special exhibition. Mike, if you need the money, I guess from me, you're exempt. You put so much in the game, you went through so much, you know? I empathize for Mike's personal life history, you know, people he's lost, you know, people he's lost. I won't go too deep into that, but to me as a father, that hurts me. So shout out to Mike Tyson. But Mike, just be careful because there's going to be a lot of fans that hate this. Why? Because in a way, I mean, you need the money, but in a way, you're being used to benefit the Mayweather brand and the guys behind Mayweather running it behind the scenes. The names I just mentioned beforehand. To find a new platform for the PBC. That's what Mike's being used for. What else is there? You know? I don't see any mention of pay-per-view. How are they going to pay Mike? Is it going to come out of Floyd's pocket? Some say Floyd's broke. Floyd said he's not broke, right? Floyd said out of his own pocket he would make the Lamont Roach versus Kermel Moton. It's not like that fight is expensive out of his pocket. I mean, Lamont Roach got a limit, and Kermel Moton has a limit. Those guys can't be asking for too much money. It's like take it or leave it situation. So of course Floyd can say that. They don't cost that much, right? They don't cost that much. And shout out to Lamont Roach if he's pricing himself out. Go for it. Do it. You know your value. You'll beat Tank Davis. Flex your value, Lamont. Flex your value. Don't settle yourself short. Because technically you won that fight on the cards. In scorecards theory, you won that fight. But because of some flop of a knockdown and Steve Willis doing his thing, whatever, man. I kind of give you fault of that too because you didn't press the New York State Athletic Commission. You didn't press them hard. You could have, but you didn't. So I gotta shame you for being a bit suspect on that. But whatever. Shout out to you for not setting yourself short, right? So, I mean, it's weird, guys. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Are you down for this? Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Mike Tyson? Let me try and be optimistic here. I mean, that's just hard, guys. It's hard. Is that good for boxing? Is it good for boxing if boxing fans can contextualize that we just got this from a Jake Paul and Tank Davis exhibition that's already been flamed on? So it's got to be a joke, right? Is this a joke? And I feel sorry for Mike. I mean, he's being affected by this. He's gonna be affected by this. But I gotta say it, right? I'm gonna say before everybody else starts talking about it. To be fair, right? So it's not just me. It's not just me. Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson is weird, guys. And I don't want to go too into detail because you guys know why it's weird. Because the more I go on, then the more negative press I'm hitting on it. I like, let's see where it goes. What I recommend is we don't get this fight. I hope Mike Tyson has a change of heart. Why do you need Mike Tyson, Floyd? Can you get someone else? You know? Terrence Crawford recently said, I hope Jake Paul and Tank Davis is not scripted. He literally said that. Shout out to Terrence Crawford for saying that. Literally out of his own mouth, he said the word scripted. Tank Davis, Jake Paul, and now we've got Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson. It's you guys, let's be 100. It's bad for boxing. I hope Crawford and Canelo are not asked about that in the leading press in the pressers, right? Think about it, guys. Think about it, guys. It's already news, all right? September 5th, Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson. We know, I'm more than sure, now the press, and hear me out, press, don't ask them the questions for Floyd versus Mike Tyson. That's what they want you to do. All right? The outlets are now going to ask, yo, Terrence, what do you think about Mayweather versus Mike Tyson? They're going to ask Crawford this. Yo, Canelo, what do you think about Floyd versus Mike Tyson? Man, don't bother them with those kind of questions. It's bad, guys. I mean, think if Crawford said, I hope Paul and Jake Paul isn't scripted, what do you think Crawford's going to think about Floyd versus Mike Tyson? In my opinion, they're probably going to be disgusted with that news. Maybe even those questions. I hope Crawford and Canelo says, I'm not going to respond to that. You know? For the love and respect of the game, they're probably not going to answer that. Forget the whole thing of the business side of boxing. And that's the key question, guys. That's the key question. Is Floyd versus Mike Tyson, is that good for boxing? And I'll leave it at the hands for Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez to respond to that question. Because I'm sure they're going to be asked during in the last week towards the fight, yo, Crawford, what do you think about blah, blah, blah? Don't entertain it. And then we're going to see the response on that. That's what I got on this one, guys. For Al Cuerpo Boxing, to the body. Shout out to Crawford versus Canelo. Canelo versus Crawford. September 13th, live on Netflix. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.